Welcome down to the Matcave. We're back at it with more offline testing of the PlayStation 5 system to see how many of my physical games will play without an internet connection. Right now, my PlayStation 5 console has no Ethernet connected to it, and there are no Wi-Fi settings set up in the system, so there is absolutely no internet connection. We're going to continue going back and forth between PlayStation 4 titles and PlayStation 5 titles, all on disc, to see which ones will play without an internet connection. We're back here down in the Matcave by my home theater setup where I normally play my PlayStation 5 on my projector. That's why there's dim lighting here, so this screen may look a little washed out to you as we go, but trust me, it's a heck of a lot clearer in person, but it just doesn't show up great on camera. But this is how I wanted to test it. I wanted to have everything set up the way I'm just normally playing my systems, and this is how I play my PS5. So we're going to find out how much of my physical PlayStation collection is going to function normally during this PSN Blackout. Our first game up is going to be a PlayStation 4 title, and that is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on the PlayStation 4. Now, this is a really fun remaster of just classic Crash Bandicoot games, and I don't see any reason why we're going to need an internet connection for this, but we're going to see if it looks for a license or anything like that. So let's pop it in and find out what happens. All right, Crash Bandicoot going in. There it is, and it's queued to copy. So we're installing version 1. That's going to take a little while to install, so we'll be right back to test the game once it's all installed. Okay, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for the PS4 is now installed. Let's fire it up and make sure it plays. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Well, that's good. We got the starting splash screen. Activision, here we go. Look at that. OG Crash. Looking good. No warnings or anything. Let's get to some gameplay real quick just to make sure. But I don't see any reason why this is not going to work. It looks like it's already good to go. And there we have it. The opening sequence for level 1 of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. And we are in. I love the Crash Bandicoot series. All right, moving on to our next game. Our next title up is a PlayStation 5 game called Funko Fusion. Now, we've played this game here on the channel, but of course I was connected to an internet connection when we played it. And there's a lot of DLC that goes with this game. So let's find out if I could just play this offline with the missions that I have. Let's find out. All right, Funko Fusion going in. All right, there's the disc. It's ready to go. Funko Fusion. This is actually a really fun game, especially if you like Masters of the Universe. There's a great Masters of the Universe mode in this game. Let's hit play. Let's check if we get any warnings. So far, so good. Press start to continue. Initializing. Can I just continue my game? And just like that, we are back to Masters of the Universe in Funko Fusion. We got another success, everybody. Moving on to our next game. Our next offline test is a Call of Duty game on the PlayStation 4, and that's Call of Duty Ghosts. This is one of my favorites, actually, in the Call of Duty franchise. Funny enough, it's one of the most hated ones from what I understand, and I'm not entirely sure why. I actually really enjoyed this game a lot. Now, with any Call of Duty game, of course, there's an entire online multiplayer aspect to it. But my main focus of this game is the campaign, and let's make sure that I can still play that offline. Call of Duty Ghosts, going in. Okay, there it is. Let's test it out. Let's go down to play game and find out if we can play the campaign. This was actually one of the earliest PS4 games that I got. Okay, campaign, reading the hard drive. Okay, interesting. I guess I don't have my save file saved to the hard drive. I guess it's been pulling it from the cloud. That's something to keep in mind. So I'm going to hit new game to make sure we can start it. And then we get our opening cutscene. So that's a good sign. After this loading bar here loads, we should be able to skip this and get to some gameplay. Oh, it's saving. Oh, I still can't skip it. Usually after that loading bar in Call of Duty games, you can skip. But you know what? We started a new game. It's not my save file, so I can't skip the cutscene because it's technically my first time playing it. A lot of games are like that.
And this really happened. So the legend goes.
We're into gameplay, guys.
You don't honestly believe that story's true? Yeah, I do. Come on, let's head back to the house.
And there we go. There you have it, guys. Call of Duty Ghosts for the PlayStation 4 playing offline. Let's move on to our next game. Our next game is a PlayStation 5 title, and it's a sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, and that's God of War Ragnarok on the PS5. I have to admit, I have not finished this game yet. I really got to work on that, but I love the prior game, and of course, the previous God of War games were all fantastic. But can we play Ragnarok offline? Let's find out. Ragnarok, going in. All right, there it is. And we're going to copy the disc. All right, this is a fairly large game, so I'm going to give this some time to fully install, which means we're getting version 1 of the game here on the system, and we're going to find out if we can play it completely offline. So we'll be right back to test out God of War Ragnarok. What's up, everybody? Just want to take a quick minute of your time and tell you about an amazing product that I have fallen in love with, and that product is DUBBY. If you're looking for an energy blend supplement that is going to help you not only feel a bit of energy throughout your day, but also build that focus without getting the shakes, without getting the jitters, it's time you try out DUBBY. The energy blends from DUBBY come in multiple flavors. Some of my all-time favorites are Push and Punch, Retro Sherbet, which brings you right back to your childhood of going to the ice cream man. It's amazing. Lunar Margarita, a non-alcoholic margarita, but you get all the flavor. And what has quickly become one of my new favorites, Cherry Limer. I don't know how else to describe this. It tastes like the bottom of an Italian ice. They also make hydration blends. If you're not looking for an energy boost, but you're just looking to stay hydrated throughout the day, but have some flavor, I highly recommend Grandma's Lemonade. No shakes, no jitters. It's exactly as it's promoted. I absolutely love it. All the information on their website shows the formula, shows all the ingredients, so you know exactly what's going on with these energy blends. And not only is it a product that I absolutely love and use almost every day, it's also a great way for you to help support the channel here at Matcave Gaming. Use my promo code KEEPRETROGAMINGALIVE and get 10% off your order for all the participating flavor blends. Check out DUBBY today. All right, God of War Ragnarok is completely installed. Let's find out if it plays from the disc. Here we go. I really got to finish this game. So this is not looking at any save file, because I did start this game a while back, but clearly this is looking for the save file that I don't have on the system anymore, so it's doing a brand new run of the game. Here we go. We got our Sony introduction here. But can we start the game? So far, so good. I think we're going to be in good shape with God of War Ragnarok. Ooh, will it let me continue? Maybe. Something went wrong with this game or app. Checking for errors. Oh, well, there's a first in this run. Now, is that error due to there being no internet, or is that due to the game being version 1? We're going to retry this. Here we go. That's wild. I wonder if we're just not going to be able to load it. Maybe there was an issue with version 1.0 and we're not going to be able to play this game. Let's see. I'm going to try to hit new game instead of continue. Maybe that was part of the issue. Maybe trying to find a save file that wasn't there. Maybe that caused the problem. Okay, let's go to new game. Okay, moves right into it. This is part of the gameplay right here. It's an in-game engine cutscene, but this is gameplay. Can I skip this? Oh, there's my save files. Okay, it does have save files. Let's try to load this. Oh, it can't load it. There is a problem with version 1.0 with loading save files, probably because the save file contains an update. So I would have no choice but to start a brand new game with this title. So technically, we do have an issue being offline with this game. But if I start a new save file with version 1, it should be all right. I'm going to have to do further testing with this game, but I would count this as an internet problem. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what do you think about what just happened with God of War Ragnarok for PS5. Let's move on to the next game. Okay, this next game on the PlayStation 4, I've been looking forward to testing this out because I honestly don't know what to expect from this. We are going to be installing this from the disc, which means it's version 1. But this particular game went through a pretty major overhaul. In fact, they even completely replaced one of the major voice actors in the game. So I don't know if version 1 will work at all, even for the campaign. And that game is Destiny on the PlayStation 4. I'm honestly going to be completely shocked if this game functions at all. Now, the goal here is to be able to play the single-player campaign, but as you know, Destiny has a major online component to it, even just playing the campaign. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, but we're going to find out. Let's pop it in. All right, Destiny, going in. What will be the destiny of Destiny? Make sure it reads the disc. All right, there it is. It's queued to copy. It's copying very fast. It's ready to play was done in seconds, which means there ain't a whole lot to do to just test out the game. Maybe it was just character creation or something. But the rest of it, it's got about 18.5 gigs to install. So we're going to give this a few minutes to install, and we're going to come right back and test out Destiny on the PlayStation 4 to see if this game will even function at all. Okay, Destiny on the PlayStation 4 has fully installed, but are we even going to be able to play this? Let's find out. Here we go. Okay, we got Bungie. All right, the opening screen, press X to play. It says down on the bottom, oh, here we go. Pre-release beta. Pardon our dust. Some platform or game features might not function as expected. The game may crash. For support, visit help.bungie.net. This has on the disc by default a pre-release beta. Let's see if we can even play it. Attention. Oh, here we go. Attention. No internet connection detected. Please check your network configuration and try again. Okay, can we go past this? We cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come across our first game in my physical media collection to give us a hard stop due to there being no internet connection, and that is Destiny 1 on the PlayStation 4. What we just discovered is that all that is on this disc is a pre-release beta, and regardless, you still need an internet connection to play Destiny. Now, with the type of game it is, that makes perfect sense, but there is a whole solo gameplay section of it, so you would think at least you could play that, but nope, you need the updates to get the full version. So there you go, the first game in my PS4 collection to fail us in this test. Oh man, moving on to the next game. Our next game in the collection is a PlayStation 5 title that also has a heavy online aspect to it, but there is also a single player portion to it, so I'm hoping I can still play it that way. And that is Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed on the PlayStation 5. Now, obviously, this game is primarily designed to play online multiplayer and squad up with people and be Ghostbusters. But there is an entire single-player campaign that you can play in this, and my hope is that I can continue to play that campaign offline. Let's find out. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, going in. All right, there it is. Let's hit play. Make sure we can play the single player. Love that splash screen. All right, Ilphonic. Here we go. Columbia Pictures, Ghost Corp. Fired right up, so that's a good sign. But can we get past the menu now? Here we go. This is what I was worried about. The first thing we do is log in. That's before getting to anything else. Let's find out what happens. Error. User login failure. Verify internet connectivity. Let's hit OK. Okay, now that we failed the login, we have a play offline feature. Thank you very much, Ghost Corp. That's awesome. Let's enter the firehouse. And all my levels are there. The campaign is continuing with the tasks to do. And Ilphonic and Ghost Corp kept in mind that some people are going to want to play this offline. So there you have it. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed on the PlayStation 5 can be played offline. Let's move on to our next game. All right, this next PS4 title is going to stand out from the rest a little bit because it's a PlayStation VR game, and I don't have the VR hooked up right now, so I don't even know how far this is going to let us go. But it is Doom VR, and this is a really fun VR game. I can't play VR games for very long, but this one I was able to handle for quite a while, and playing Doom in VR is awesome. But the question is, can we even load this offline? I don't see any reason for an online connection for this game, but let's find out what happens being a VR game. All right, Doom VR going in. All right, there it is. It is set to copy the disc. So Doom VR on the PlayStation 4 just needs a little while to install. We'll be right back to check out if this game works. This game might not let me go very far simply because it is a PlayStation VR game, but we're going to test it either way because it is a physical copy. Let's see if it plays. All right, Doom VR, here we go. All right, let's see what we get. Connect the VR. Can I get past this? Oh, I think I might be able to. Nope. Cannot get past without having the VR itself connected to the system. So I won't be able to continue with this one any further. That said, I highly doubt that an internet connection is required for this particular game. So with that being said, we're moving on to our next game. Next up, we have another PS5 title, and that is Hogwarts Legacy on the PlayStation 5. Now, this is a single-player game, as far as I know. I haven't played through much of this yet, and I really should. But I don't recall if there was any online functionality with this, with any multiplayer, anything. So I really don't know what to expect from this one. But let's pop it in and see what happens. All right, Hogwarts Legacy going in. There it is. Okay, it's got to copy the disc. Not sure how big this game was. Looks like it's about 57 gigs to install this game. We're going to give this game some time to fully install and see if this single-player adventure can be played offline on the PlayStation 5. We'll be right back to the game. All right, the game set in the world of Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy on the PlayStation 5. A single-player adventure is now fully installed, but will it play without an internet connection? Let's find out. Here we go. I really got to play more of this game. Let's see if we get any interruptions. Okay. Everything, we're just gonna continue. I know there was a whole create a character portion of this. Let's go through the terms. Okay. Now, was this a special edition that I got here? I don't think it was. I think this was just the standard release. But this says here we go. Claim your rewards. Link your Harry Potter fan club and WB Games account to customize your game and unlock exclusive rewards. So this is not linked to this service, but that's different from an internet connection. So let's move past this and hit skip sign in. Okay, there's an online reward. Interesting. But I can't claim that, can I? I guess the online reward was built into the disc. Okay, here we go. We're on our setup screen. Here's our character creation. See if we could just get right to it. Start journey. Oh, we must name him. Okay, let's name him. Test Wi-Fi. And here we go. Start your journey, test Wi-Fi. What do we get? All right, this is the opening sequence. It looks like we're going to be fine. It's not letting me skip anymore, so this looks like the in-game engine.
In a second.
And it had me do an action. So that is gameplay right there, everybody. So that's a good sign that a single-player adventure on the PS5 plays without an internet connection. Let's move on to our next game. Next up on the PlayStation 4, we have a pretty large game here, and this was from BioWare, Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, this game is primarily a single-player adventure, but there is an online aspect where you can have, I think, up to 4 players in your party. But I don't believe it's a requirement. So somewhere along the way, it'll most likely check for an internet connection, but we should be able to get past it. So let's pop in Dragon Age Inquisition and find out what happens. All right, it's queued to copy. All right, this game, version 1, is about 44 gigs. We're going to give that a few minutes to install, and then we're going to check it out. Dragon Age Inquisition has now fully installed. Let's test it out and see if we can play it. Here we go. This is actually a really fun Dragon Age game. EA and BioWare. Okay, it's talking about how it automatically saves. Okay, we're on the starting screen. Let's see if we can get through. Let's accept the user agreement. It's connecting to Dragon Age servers, which we know it's not going to be able to. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought that was going to freak out, but here's what it says down on the bottom. Not connected to Dragon Age server. Connect to access multiplayer mode and the Dragon Age Keep website to make decisions from Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 and upload Dragon Age Inquisition campaign progress. Okay, so it gives you the login option down there in the corner, but it looks like we could just proceed. And away it goes. Then we select our character and we can play. That's excellent. So the multiplayer online aspect of it is not a requirement and it doesn't hard stop us. So Dragon Age Inquisition on the PlayStation 4 should be perfectly fine to play. Let's move on to our final game of today's video. Our final game for part 2 of this series is going to be another PlayStation 5 title, and this one's a fairly recent release, at least in the grand scheme of things at the time of this video, and that is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, I have not finished this game, nor have I gone very far into it, but I have this installed already. So the question is, can I just continue where I left off without it checking for an internet connection? From what I've played, I don't recall it ever checking to be online at all. So let's make sure that I can continue to play my Indiana Jones adventure on the PlayStation 5. Here we go. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Let's do it. Here we go. Bethesda. Let's do this. Don't let me down. And of course, Lucasfilm Games. It ain't LucasArts, I'll tell you that much. All right, so far so good. Can we get to the menu? Here we are. And the cool thing about the menu in this game is that the continue is literally right there. We're in gameplay and we haven't done anything yet. All I got to do is hit continue and we go. And there we go. We're in it. The adventure continues. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle playing on the PlayStation 5. with no internet connection required, as it should be, because this is a single player adventure and there's no need to be online with this game. So there you have it, another success on the PlayStation 5 for a solo adventure. So there you have it. We are now 20 games into my physical game collection for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, testing them to see if we can play them offline. Now, we've had a couple of run-ins with some problems, Destiny being probably the biggest one, I would say, of all, because we literally could not play that at all. But I got a ton more games to go through. In the next episode of this series, I'm going to be tackling the Resident Evil series, games that are specifically on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. And we're going to see if a fresh install of all of them can be played. So stay tuned for that one. And until next time, everybody, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too. I'll see you on the next one.